Who's excited for Earthrise? Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new images from New York Comic Con showing off the brand new Transformers Generations Earthrise figures, which is going to be the second part of the War for Cybertron trilogy. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the Optimus Prime, the Ironworks, and the Grapple that we've already discussed. However, there is one image that I'd like to mention, and this was brought up after the initial video that I did previously. If you guys want to see that, I'll try to provide a link down in the description below, and that is the Ironworks base mode that looks closer to his original style. And I also want to bring up that this comes apart in 8 different pieces, and also seems to swap out the scratch marks from the Siege line with this black wash, which is pretty cool. Anyways, moving right along from that, that was just a quick update. The first thing we gotta talk about is, this is called Soundbarrier. And apparently these are going to replace the Battle Masters, but still be Battle Masters in a way. This is also going to be somewhat of a bridge, but it's also going to be a shield. And it seems to come with the blast effects, which is pretty cool. The alt mode is okay, I guess, but it's pretty obvious that this is meant to mainly just be a ramp for the base modes, which I don't necessarily mind, because that would mean that we get more attachments to the bases and we could create a much bigger city. Maybe you can buy a bunch of different sound barriers and connect them with the figures and just bridge bases, bridge cities if you want to do that. So I think it's kind of a neat idea. It's definitely not for everyone, but here it is in its shield form, which is, well, basically the same thing. But yeah, I think it's okay. The robot mode kind of reminds me of the Black Shadow figure, but the repaint of him, I think it's Blue Bacchus or something. I don't know, it's just got that familiar look to it. Yeah, it's got the shield on its back. You know what, actually, it reminds me of that Universe Classic Silverbolt figure. But yeah, I guess it's basic, it's okay, it's not great, but it's something there if you want it. The next thing we gotta talk about is the Micromaster Military Patrol. This is going to be Bombshock. And Bombshock looks pretty good. He's a nice kind of tealish tank with some silver highlights, like in the treads and the barrel. And it looks like the barrel will be able to rotate as well as move up and down, which is pretty cool. That's more articulation than I could say for some other Transformers figures that transform into tanks. But yeah, he's pretty cool. You know, it's a neat little tank thing. You know, Micromaster. The next thing we have is the robot mode, and the robot mode is, again, kind of basic. My favorite Micromaster's flak or flake, however you want to name it. So this has very similar vibes to that. Yeah, I'm into it. It's fine. And then the next thing we have is Growl, which I thought it was going to be drop shot, but no, instead they decided to opt out for this figure. And he comes with a gun that will detach, so that's kind of nice. But the alt mode looks really cool. It looks like a souped up Swindle. Very nice. I like the aggressive look to it, and I don't know, there's just something about it. It kind of reminds me of something from Mad Max or whatever. The robot mode, I really do like as well. It kind of looks like a drone from maybe one of the video games. And it does have quite a bit of a backpack, but, you know, I think it's fine. The colors are nice. It doesn't really stand out, but definitely reminds me of, it's like a Micromaster Viacon. I don't know why. Next thing we're going to take a look at is Deluxe Class Hoist. And oh my god, this is classic. This looks amazing. It's a little Kibble in the back, but I think that's kind of the point. You can see that his little arm gun thing just attaches to the side, which whatever, but I'm so happy to get this and Grapple as well. Ah, the duo. Oh, this is going to be so great. His truck mode just looks so clean for the most part, and just so like old style, you know. It's just the green, the stripes on the side, just the front of it. It's so boxy. It looks wonderful. And then on the back, it also comes with a ramp that you can attach to the bases, so you can have a figure, I guess, drive up somehow, even though it's not really gonna go too far. Although I'm also seeing this kind of mechanism where it does slide up, so I wonder if you're supposed to, I don't know, hook up a Micromaster to the back of that and maybe work on it, or just drop it around. I don't know. It looks good, basically. I really do like it. And then the robot mode, oh, that is Hoist. That is straight up Hoist. Now, I love the Generations figure. The 30th anniversary was a great version of Hoist. This is a great version of the classic Hoist. The head sculpt has that weird shape to it that kind of doesn't really fit the overall toy. I could totally see this becoming Trailbreaker at some point. Oh god, I can't get over it. It looks like Hoist. I can't believe it. Yeah, just a wonderful figure. Moving right along, we also have Cliffjumper. Now, we already knew about this, and I was hoping that he would come with a whole bunch of weapons to make up for the size. Maybe he's going to be shorter than the average Deluxe. He includes this giant rocket launcher thing, as well as a couple of other things which we're going to take a look at. But the alt mode looks fantastic. I love the styling of it. I love how it's not that kind of short, stubby alt mode. They decide to just go all out the original car. I can't remember what the car is, but the red looks fantastic. The blue windows look great. The black and silver really pop. It just looks amazing. And then you also have that ski mode. That's so cool. I love that. And then going on to the robot mode. Now, people are saying that, oh, I cannot wait for this to turn into Bumblebee. I kind of don't want it to be Bumblebee. Some people are saying that Bumper would be a good choice, and yeah, I agree. I just don't want this to be Bumblebee. I mean, we have a Bumblebee in Titans Returns. I'm pretty sure some people would want to see this. I like the rounded off look to it, especially in the chest, and the feet look fantastic. It's straight up classic. But I just don't want to repaint it into Bumblebee. We've gotten so many of them. But that's just me. I mean, people can disagree all they want. Anyways, the rocket launcher, fantastic. I love that. And I'm hoping that he's just a tiny little guy that doesn't meet up to Wheeljack and Hoist, because, well, he shouldn't. He should be a mini-bot, but you know what? Deluxe class, he's fine. And if he's a little taller than the Legends class before him, I'm okay with that. I'm just happy to get a Cliffjumper that looks decent. And I'm so happy that they decided to go with Cliffjumper first over Bumblebee. Moving right along, we also have Wheeljack. Now, this is not a surprise. Some people are complaining on the fact that this does not transform into the Cybertronian van, considering that this is going to take place on Earth. Some people were hoping for the Cybertronian form because that's straight up the classic original episode, the first episode. I don't necessarily mind him being the classic alt mode of the toy. The Earth-style alt mode, I mean. The wheels seem to be painted in bronze, which is pretty cool. I love the deco. I love the tampos on the side with the 638. Looks fantastic. The green and red really pop. And he does have a little gun that attaches on the top, but it's so small that I don't really mind it. I just think that overall, it looks great. And then moving on to the robot mode. It looks a little clunky, I will admit, but not too bad. I am kind of seeing the masterpiece Wheeljack in this, especially with the hand having that little bit of kibble. I don't necessarily mind it. I'm just happy to get a brand new Wheeljack. Hopefully it will be remade into tracks, although I don't think it will necessarily, but here's hoping. Actually, some people are saying that this should be repainted into Sunstreaker, or remolded, I should say, and I can see that. Yeah, that could work. But overall, wonderful looking toy. You can plug his shoulder cannon onto his hand, but we all know where that's gonna go. And yeah, I'm just in love with it. It looks like the classic design. I know I'm kind of repeating myself on saying it looks like the classic design, but I'm happy that they do look like that. Anyways, moving on, we also have Starscream. Now, this was revealed previously at the New York Comic Con, and it seems to have a very classic style transformation where you can see the chest inside there and the nose cone will flip down into it, much like the classic Starscream figure, or the classic Seeker, I should say, you know, the deluxe form. Which I don't necessarily mind. Some people aren't into it. I'm fine with it. I actually like that design. The only thing that I could really complain about with that toy was it was too small. So having it in a Voyager class size is pretty decent. I'm also seeing 2 rows of null rays for some reason. There's the ones attached to his wings and then underneath as well. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I think the color scheme is fantastic. The red is vibrant on the wings. I wish he had a little bit more paint on his wings, but that's fine. The blue on the back totally makes up for it. And I love the Siege Starscream, but I don't mind getting this. But then the robot mode is just straight up Starscream, especially in the face, you can totally see it. But yeah, I love the fact that he's got the wings on the side of his legs. It really makes him stand out and pop. He looks so much cleaner compared to that Siege figure because it had a lot of detail that just made it look a little messy. And I love the fact that it comes with the more classic null race this time, rather than whatever the Siege figure had. The one thing I am sort of disappointed by is the fact that the nose cone just flips to the back. I really admire what the Siege design did and had the nose cone flip up to form the shoulder stack things, but I guess you can't really do that with this figure. Still, I wish it could have done something. However, I pointed out in the previous video that maybe the nose cone flips back so that later down the road they could do the cone heads. Who knows? Anyways, as it looks, I'm fine with it. What do you guys think? Please comment below, let me know. I'm excited for pretty much everything on this list. The only figure that I'm not super excited for is Soundbarrier, and that's only because it's such a nothing figure that I don't necessarily need it, but I kind of want it at the same time. It's inoffensive enough. But yeah, I'm into this. I kind of wish we expanded on Siege a little bit more, but this is fine. So with that out of the way, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.